Have you ever wondered how the universe really works? In this video, we will learn about how the 11 main spiritual laws govern all aspects of our lives. These laws really exist, whether we believe in them or not. It is important to know these laws, as they can help us better understand our lives, our choices, and even how we can attract more peace, abundance, and happiness. They provide us with guidelines on how energy flows and how our actions can impact our reality. These laws are not just abstract concepts, but powerful spiritual and philosophical principles that, when understood and applied, can significantly change our view on various issues that haunt us and interfere with the way we think and act. We will demystify each of them in a simple and practical way, so that you can apply them in your daily life and create a more balanced life aligned with the greater purpose of the universe. There is a hidden code, a divine plan that maintains and guides all existence. They are not rules created by human beings, limited by time or space. These are cosmic, eternal, and universal laws. Each of these laws addresses different aspects of human existence and behavior. These laws have influenced your past, will shape your future, and, most fascinatingly, can bring clarity to your present. As we explore these universal laws, I hope you will find not only knowledge but also understanding, not just data, but a true source for your transformation. Let's start with the Law of Divine Oneness. This law reveals that everything in the universe is interconnected. Every thought, action, or event is connected to everything else that exists. This spiritual law teaches that nothing exists in absolute isolation, everything is part of a whole. It is as if our lives are intertwined, forming a great web where no one is truly alone. We are part of a greater whole, what some might call God, the creator source, or universal consciousness. If everything we feel and experience is a manifestation of this same divine source, then it makes perfect sense that love, kindness, and compassion are the natural responses in our relationships. In reality, it is the understanding that we should treat others with the same care and respect that we would like to receive. When we hurt someone, we are actually hurting ourselves. Apply this principle to your life. Start by seeing the divine in every person you meet. See each conversation as a chance to demonstrate kindness and empathy as you communicate. Allow your words to reveal your perception of this connection. When you listen, do so with the empathy that comes from recognizing that we are all part of the same whole. When you realize that every gesture, thought, and word has an impact, you can begin to choose actions that benefit the collective, and not just yourself. Second law, Law of Vibration. This law teaches that everything in our universe operates at different frequencies or vibrations. Nothing is at rest, everything is in constant movement, vibrating and resonating at different frequencies. If you want to be healthier, you need to discover what the vibration or sensation of health is and try to match that frequency. If you want to feel love, you need to vibrate at the frequency of love, which is the highest frequency, and so on. To apply the law of vibration, start by paying attention to what you think and feel throughout the day. Realize that your thoughts and emotions are creating your vibration and therefore influencing your reality. By adopting this law, you begin to live more consciously. Think about your thoughts and emotions. When you are full of joy and positivity, you feel light. In the same way, when you are sad or filled with negativity, you feel heavy and oppressed, vibrating at a lower frequency. Let's now talk about the third law, the Law of Action. The Law of Action is one of the fundamental principles of the universe, especially in spiritual and personal development contexts. It establishes that, in order for something to manifest in physical reality, there must be concrete action. In other words, it is not enough to simply wish or visualize something. You must take practical steps to achieve what you want. It all starts with an intention, a thought, or a desire. After setting the intention, you need to plan the actions that will be taken. This planning can include specific goals, strategies, and even setting deadlines. It is not just about acting for the sake of acting, but about taking steps that will actually lead you to the results you want to achieve. Initial actions do not always lead to the expected results, which is why persistence is essential. The law of action also involves the ability to continue acting, even in the face of obstacles and failures. Imagine that you want to change careers. First, you set this intention and visualize what you want. However, this alone will not be enough. You need to take concrete steps, such as taking specialization courses, updating your resume, sending job applications, or even networking. Your actions become a clear sign of commitment, showing the universe that you are willing to do what is necessary to achieve your desires. Fourth law, the law of correspondence, is a spiritual principle that establishes that there is a direct relationship between the different planes of existence, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. This means that what happens on the spiritual or mental plane is reflected on the physical plane and vice versa. In other words, everything in the universe is connected and follows similar patterns. What is happening inside you corresponds to what is happening outside of you. Your inner feelings and thoughts directly affect your outer world, so what is happening on the outside is just a reflection of what is happening on the inside. If you want to change something in your physical life, you can start by adjusting your thoughts, emotions, and spiritual energies. Often, illnesses or physical conditions are reflections of your mental or emotional state. If you are at peace and harmony on the inside, you are likely to attract balanced and healthy relationships. If, on the other hand, you are experiencing internal conflict, this may manifest itself in challenging or toxic relationships. To apply the law of correspondence to your life, start by noticing the repetitive patterns in your daily life. If you notice a cycle of negativity, for example, it may be a signal to change your mindset or habits. If you want more peace and harmony, cultivate these states on the inside first. Understanding that patterns repeat themselves can help you make wiser decisions and live a more balanced life. The fifth law is the law of attraction. The concept of the law of attraction basically states that you attract to yourself whatever you think and feel most strongly about. In other words, your thoughts and emotions shape your reality. If you focus on positive things and maintain a high vibration, you will attract more good things into your life. On the other hand, if your thoughts are focused on fear, scarcity, or negativity, you are more likely to have those things appear to you. The central principle is that like attracts like. Your mind works like a magnet, attracting to you that which is in tune with what you are thinking and feeling. If you believe that you deserve success and imagine yourself achieving your goals, you will be creating an energy that will attract these opportunities. However, if you live worried and have self-sabotaging thoughts, you will also attract more of these situations. Imagine that you wake up already thinking that your day is going to be horrible. This thought affects your mood, and consequently, you can attract situations that confirm this negative expectation. On the other hand, if you wake up thinking that the day will be great, you make room for attracting good experiences. If you are always afraid of being rejected in relationships, this fear can end up attracting situations that reinforce it, such as people who are not really committed or who are not emotionally available. However, if you focus on loving yourself and cultivating healthy relationships, you will attract people who respect and value you. To apply this law, simply focus on what you want, and never on what you don't want. Instead of thinking, "I don't want to be in debt," change it to, "I have financial prosperity." This changes your vibration and the focus of your thoughts. Imagine yourself living the life you want, feel the emotions that this would bring, and believe that it is possible. Practicing gratitude is also a powerful way to align your energy with what you want to attract. By being grateful for what you already have, you emit a positive vibration that attracts better things. In addition to thinking and feeling, it is important to act according to your desires. The law of attraction is about attracting into your life what you are vibrating. By changing your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you change your reality. The key is to stay focused on what you want, feel like you've already achieved it, be grateful for what you have, and act in a way that's in tune with your desires. Sixth law, the law of cause and effect. This law is very simple to understand. Everything you do, whether in thought, word, or deed, generates a consequence. In other words, for every action, there is a corresponding reaction. It's like the famous saying, you reap what you sow. If you spread kindness, eventually it will come back to you in some way. In the same way, if you act negatively or with evil, these things will also come back into your life. Every action you take has a consequence, whether positive or negative. You are responsible for the consequences of your actions, and everything that happens in your life is, in some way, linked to what you did or didn't do. Therefore, it is important that you always be aware of your actions. Always act consciously and responsibly. Before taking any action, think about the consequences it may bring, both for yourself and for others. Always choose to be positive. If you want good things in your life, start acting in a more positive way. Spread kindness, gentleness, and respect, and you will see that these things begin to come back to you. Take responsibility for your actions. If something isn't going well in your life, instead of blaming others, look at your own actions and see what you can change. By following the law of cause and effect, you can create a happier life, knowing that your choices have power. The seventh law is the law of compensation. This law is very similar to the law of cause and effect, but it refers more to the rewards we receive for our actions. The concept is simple: you get back what you give to the world, but in a fair measure. This law says that what you put into the world, be it effort, generosity, or even lack of action, returns to you in the form of rewards or consequences. You are rewarded for everything you do, be it good or bad. Regardless of your actions, you will receive your reward. Know that the reward is always fair, because life seeks balance, so everything you give, in some way, returns to you to balance the scales. What you reap is the result of the seeds you planted. If you planted kindness, you will receive kindness. If you plant selfishness, the return will be proportional. And how can you apply this law to your life? Be generous. Help others, do good, and know that the universe will compensate you in some way, even if the reward is not immediate. Make an effort and give your best in everything you do, whether at work, in relationships, or in personal projects. The return will be proportional to your effort. Always remember that. Keep doing your best and trust, because the universe is always working in your favor. According to the principles of the law of compensation, you begin to understand that everything you put into the world returns to you in a fair and balanced way. This encourages you to act with integrity and to invest in good deeds, knowing that the reward will come anyway. Eighth law, Law of Energy Transmutation. This law reveals that energy is in constant movement and transformation. This means that any negative situation, feeling, or thought can be transformed into something positive. Energy is always in movement, and this includes your emotions, thoughts, and experiences. If you are going through something bad, know that this energy can be transformed into something better, as long as you make an effort to do so. For example, sadness can be transformed into learning and growth, anger can become motivation. It all depends on your intention and action. Your positivity needs to be intentional. The more you strive to change your vibration to something positive, the easier it becomes to transmute negative energies. To integrate this law into your life, change your focus. If something negative is happening, try to change your focus to something positive. Instead of focusing on the problem, think about the solution or a lesson you can learn from this experience. Always try to act in a conscious and balanced way. Small positive actions can completely transform the energy around you. Practice self-care through meditation, physical exercise, and activities that make you feel good. These simple changes help to transmute negative energies and raise your vibration. The law of energy transmutation teaches us that, even in difficult times, we have the power to transform our experiences and feelings. By applying this law, you can change your life for the better, transforming challenges into opportunities and keeping your energy balanced. Ninth law, Law of Relativity. As the name suggests, this law shows that everything in life is relative, meaning that things only have meaning or value when compared to others. Our challenges, for example, can seem big or small depending on how we see them or what we are comparing them to. Nothing is absolute. What may be difficult for one person may be easy for another, and vice versa. This law helps us realize that, often, our problems are not so big when we put them into perspective. The perception we have of the situations that present themselves to us depends on what we compare them to. A problem may seem big until we compare it to something more difficult. Changing your point of view can completely change how you see a situation. Relativity helps us realize that every obstacle that appears in our path has a purpose. Change your perspective. Try to see the positive side of things. When you are facing a problem, think about how it compares to previous challenges that you have overcome or to situations that other people face. This can help you deal better with what is happening. Often, what seems difficult now will be a valuable lesson in your future. Always be grateful for what you have or have achieved. Avoid comparing your situation with those who have more than you, or with those who have a more peaceful life than you. This attitude helps to cultivate gratitude and allows you to have a more positive outlook on life. 10th law, the law of polarity. This tells us that everything in the universe has two opposite sides, like two sides of a coin. This means that for every situation, emotion, or experience, there is its opposite. For example, where there is sadness, there is also the possibility of joy. Where there is difficulty, there can also be growth. This law demonstrates that opposites exist in everything, and they not only coexist, but also complement each other. One cannot exist without the other. It is through polarity that we are able to see and value the different experiences in life. Apply this law to your life. When you are going through a difficult time, remember that there is an opposite side and that everything passes. For every problem that exists, there is also a solution. Where there is pain, there can be healing. Try not to dwell only on the negative. Value opposites, because when you understand that opposites coexist, you begin to value the good things more. Moments of sadness, for example, make you appreciate and value moments of joy even more. Use this law to find balance in your life in general. The law of polarity reminds us that opposites exist to teach us and help us grow. By applying this law, you can transform difficulties into opportunities, find more harmony in life, and see each situation with more clarity. The 11th law is the law of rhythm, which teaches us that everything in the universe follows a natural cycle, like the seasons of the year, the tides of the ocean, or the ups and downs of life. Everything has a movement, a rhythm, and nothing remains the same forever. This law speaks to the constant movement of life, in which everything is in a cycle of growth and decline, rise and fall. These flows are natural and inevitable, and life always oscillates between these different rhythms. There is constant change and nothing remains fixed. If you are going through a difficult time in your life, know that it will pass. If you are going through a successful time, it will also pass, because this is natural. Understanding and accepting these natural rhythms helps you to better deal with the ups and downs of your life. You need to be resilient, to be able to adapt and overcome the challenges that life throws your way. Do you know when you go through a difficult situation, but you manage to get back up and move on, even if it takes a while? That is resilience. Being resilient does not mean that you do not feel pain or that problems do not affect you. It is natural to feel bad in difficult times. The difference is that, even in these moments, you find a way to pick yourself up, learn from what happened and move on. Accept the cycles of life, adapt to the flow instead of resisting it. Remember that they are part of life and that better times will come. This helps you stay calm and resilient. By applying this law, you can go through the stages of life with more serenity, knowing that everything is always changing and that each cycle has its purpose and time to end. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it has helped you to have a fuller and happier life. Comment and leave your like so that you can continue to receive our content. See you soon.